The Democratic Republic of Congo is once again embroiled in conflict. The M23 rebels, a group with a turbulent history, have seized Goma. This key city in eastern Congo fell after days of intense fighting. The rebels, heavily armed and organized, overwhelmed government forces. Goma, a strategic and populous city, is now under M23 control. This takeover has sent shockwaves through the region and beyond. The fall of Goma is a major blow to the Congolese government. It underscores the volatility of the region. The M23, once thought to be weakened, has demonstrated its military capabilities. Their advance has raised fears of a wider war. The international community is watching closely, concerned about the escalating violence. At the heart of this conflict lie accusations against Rwanda. The DRC government and UN experts allege Rwandan involvement with the M23 rebels. They claim Rwanda is providing troops and support to the insurgency. Rwanda, a neighboring country, has long been accused of meddling in Congolese affairs. The Rwandan government vehemently denies these claims. Rwanda maintains its involvement is limited to pursuing another rebel group. The FDLR, a Hutu militia, operates in the region. Rwanda accuses the FDLR of involvement in the 1994 Rwandan genocide. However, evidence of Rwandan support for M23 continues to mount. This fuels tensions and complicates efforts for a peaceful resolution. The human cost of this conflict is staggering. The fighting has displaced hundreds of thousands of people. Families have been forced to flee their homes, seeking refuge in makeshift camps. These camps are often overcrowded and lack basic necessities. Food, water, and medical supplies are scarce. The humanitarian situation is dire. Aid agencies are struggling to reach those in need. The ongoing violence makes it dangerous for aid workers to access conflict zones. Children are particularly vulnerable, facing hunger, disease, and the trauma of displacement. The international community must act swiftly to provide humanitarian assistance and protect civilians caught in the crossfire. The international community has condemned the violence in Congo. The United Nations, the European Union, and numerous countries have called for an immediate end to the fighting. There are growing calls for Rwanda to cease its alleged support for the M23 rebels. Diplomatic efforts are underway to find a peaceful solution. Regional and international bodies are engaging in mediation efforts. The African Union and neighboring countries are working to bring the warring parties to the negotiating table. However, previous peace agreements have been fragile and short-lived. A lasting solution requires addressing the root causes of the conflict, including ethnic tensions, land disputes, and the illegal exploitation of resources. Section 5: Echoes of the Past. A history of conflict in Congo. The current crisis in Congo is not an isolated incident. The region has been plagued by conflict for decades. The Democratic Republic of Congo has a long and troubled history, marked by colonialism, dictatorship, and recurring violence. The Rwandan genocide of 1994 spilled over into Congo, further destabilizing the region. The legacy of past conflicts continues to haunt the present. Armed groups, fueled by ethnic divisions and competition for resources, operate with impunity. The Congolese people have endured years of suffering and instability. Breaking this cycle of violence requires a concerted effort from within Congo and the international community. Section 6: Stalemate and Uncertainty, the Fragile Ceasefire. Amidst the escalating violence, a glimmer of hope emerged. The M23 rebels declared a unilateral ceasefire. This fragile truce, while welcomed by many, was met with skepticism from the Congolese government. They viewed it as a tactical maneuver by the rebels, rather than a genuine commitment to peace. Despite the ceasefire, tensions remain high. The situation on the ground is fluid and unpredictable. Sporadic clashes continue to erupt between government forces and the rebels. The ceasefire is a positive step, but it's just the first step on a long and arduous road to peace. Section 7: The Struggle for Resources. Unraveling the economic motives. The conflict in Congo is not solely driven by ethnic divisions or political power struggles. It's also deeply intertwined with the control of the region's vast mineral wealth. Eastern Congo is rich in natural resources, including gold, diamonds, coltan, and other valuable minerals. These resources, while potentially transformative for the Congolese economy, have become a curse in many ways. They have fueled greed, corruption, and conflict. Armed groups, both domestic and foreign, vie for control of mining areas, using violence and intimidation to exploit these riches. Section 8: The international community's role, peacekeeping, and intervention. The international community faces a daunting challenge in addressing the crisis in Congo. The United Nations peacekeeping mission, MONUSCO, has been present in the country for years, but it has struggled to contain the violence. Calls for a more robust international response are growing louder. Some advocate for increased military intervention, arguing that a stronger force is needed to disarm armed groups and protect civilians. Others emphasize the need for a comprehensive approach that addresses the root causes of the conflict, including poverty, inequality, and weak governance. Section 9. A glimmer of hope, looking towards a peaceful future. The path to peace in Congo is long and uncertain. However, amidst the darkness, there are glimmers of hope. Civil society organizations within Congo are working tirelessly to promote dialogue, reconciliation, and peace-building. Regional and international actors are increasing their diplomatic efforts. A lasting solution requires a multi-pronged approach. It demands genuine commitment from all parties to the conflict, to lay down their arms and engage in meaningful dialogue. It necessitates addressing the underlying grievances and inequalities that fuel the violence. And it calls for sustained support from the international community to foster peace, stability, and development in the Democratic Republic of Congo.